My good side.
Yeah. I don't know what side is my good side. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Thank you for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on intellectualradio.com. I appreciate this opportunity to have a conversation with the Holistic Hub creator, Kimberly Safford. Kimberly is a licensed, registered nurse and holistic life coach. She's earned her bachelor's degree in nursing from St. Xavier University in Chicago, Illinois, and she is currently working on becoming a certified counselor. She is a certified CPR instructor, a life group leader, mentor, professor, teacher, and minister. As the holistic life coach and nurse Kim, she specializes in holistic wellness, which is the bridging of her 20 plus years in her background within medical field in her medical field and her experience as a life coach, mentor, and a teacher has been an amazing journey. Kim has a unique way of integrating mind, body, and spirit connections. She helps individuals she cares for through coaching and also helping them with their own personal paths to healing and their purpose. Kim has a special place in her heart for nursing, healthcare professionals, and women that work in stressful environments. I see why I called you. Anyway, Kim is a healthcare professional in the community and prides herself in volunteering and outreach events because of her love and advocacy for all people. Kim is the creator of Holistic Hub and a unique, and that is a unique wellness brand and community intended for women to learn to love, heal, and manifest the lives that they all deserve. And one of those things, when it comes to healing, has definitely been a part of Miss Kim's journey. And Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim would again like to thank you for coming in to have an exclusive conversation with Miss Kim. Please, Kim, tell us about you and what you bring to Holistic Hub.
Oh, wow. My goodness. I think you said it all. I don't like to talk about myself, but I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for having me. Um, so, yes, I am a nurse by trade, but I think I've always been a teacher at heart. I've always liked to help people. And so, all of the 20 plus years that I've used, helping others in medicine, um, I had a light bulb go off maybe about 10 or so years ago where I wanted to translate everything that I did in the medical field to um, coaching and helping women because I went through my own traumatic experience, I guess you want to call it. We all have one. And
Absolutely.
I needed me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is my heart's passion is amongst other things is to help women to break through and get to the life that they so desire. That God purpose life, right? So everything that I do, my foundation is based on the word of God, on kingdom principles. And so that is what I try to help women to do. So I came up with a life coaching course, and Ms. Kim joined my first cohort, and she has just been rocking it out ever since. She took that knowledge and just ran with it, right? The Bible says that we are supposed to write the vision and make it plain so that men can run with it. And I believe that Ms. Kim has been a prime example of that. And so I'm just so honored to be here. I'm so super proud of her. Um, but that's enough about me. She told you everything that it is to know about me. I am a mom of five. I'm a nurse. I'm a coach. I'm a teacher. I teach CNAs. 5-week course. I have a life coaching course coming up, another cohort, and so I'm excited about that. That will launch in May. I also mentor nurses, so I have a program that will take them through, like helping them to pass their boards and to be successful in their first year of nursing. So,
So, do you mind sharing that your information with some of the listeners that
sure,
possibly need your services
sure,
and any component that you can assist them with?
sure. You can contact me by email at info@holistichub.net. And then my website address is www.holistichub.net. And so, if you need any type of consultation, we feel free to book a call with me. The 15-minute call is free, and then 30 and 60 minutes is something different. That's another level. But also, everything that I'm doing is kind of on my website, everything that I have done.
Yeah, it's very descriptive. So, one of my questions that I have for you, Kim, is what was, why was Holistic Hub created? What was Holistic Hub created to do for
Okay.
people?
So, back in 2019, I would say 2018 is when the idea started to erupt. Um, More about dominating in the field that God placed you, right? Um, and so I had a passion, as I said, for teaching. I was a novice nurse. I wasn't even a year out, and I was mentoring nurses and training nurses. And so I guess it came, and I humbly say this, it came kind of natural to me. And so I wanted to do something to help. Not, it started as a community just for nurses, and then it kind of expanded. And so, like I said, as I went through my own healing journey, I wanted to support nurses and support women that were going through challenging situations, and then still have to balance home life, have to balance being a mom, being, an employee, but also chasing after your dreams. So that's kind of where Holistic Hub was created. It was supposed to be, or it is, a hub of information, whether it's doing a workshop, whether it's training, whether it's a prayer call, whatever it is that it takes to help women to break through. Mm-hmm.
What do you provide for individuals that are on the journey
Yeah,
to hearing, to healing?
to healing.
What do you provide?
Okay, so I currently have a ministry. Miss Kim said that I was a minister. So my ministry launched last year when I became ordained. And so I kind of sat on it for a while, and I knew that it was going to be different. It is virtual, and we meet the 12th of each month. And it's mostly activation, it's lessons, it's all taken from a biblical perspective, and then we pray. Like last month, we had a prayer vision board party where a group of women, we came together and talked about our vision, right, and how do we bring that to pass. So
Mhm.
it's more of, I'm the type of coach is I'm going to activate you, I'm going to give you strategy, and I'm going to push you, right. And so that was my way. That's my way of bringing healing to people's lives. And of course, they have to come on the call. I don't go live. It's not a live broadcast because um, I believe that women should have intimate spaces to and safe spaces to share. And so I do not broadcast that, but it is on a platform that I share if you register. So that's kind of what I do.
And healing works, but it takes time. You know, the work of healing takes time, and healing work requires consistency. It requires a commitment because you have to commit
Absolutely.
yourself to want to heal.
Absolutely.
And committing myself to wanting to heal was one of the hardest parts of my journey, because at one point in my life, to go through that type of trauma over 40 years of age, I I had given up on healing after going through so much. I was I was comfortable being angry. I was comfortable being disgusted. I was comfortable being depressed. I was comfortable being isolated. Those things I had became to be comfortable with, instead of trying to heal these things and let these things go. And another question is that, is there a time frame for your healing program? And when I say that, this is crazy conversations with Miss Kim, because so I say crazy stuff. Whatever I say, just ignore me, coach, And when I say that with the time frame, I think back on my journey with you. And I know that most of your students probably were not reaching out to you as much as I had to reach out to you. At one point I felt like, okay, well, our families are going to have to move in together, because I needed you a lot more, I think, than other students. And with that being said, I had an abundance of things that I had to drop on your lap, that I was going through. And the question is, I know I took way too long, but is it like a time frame that you say, okay, well, if Miss Parker is coming in, okay, 8 weeks is going to be her time frame for my program? Is it a time frame? Because we'll get to that a little bit later. But is it a time frame?
So let me speak to this. So Miss Kim and I had a personal relationship outside of the coaching program that she went through. And I believe that it was intentional. The coaching program was not necessarily for the healing process. Do you understand? And so I believe that she just got parts of me. And I think um, the more work that you do personally, your clients get that, right? But when you stop healing is when that's as far as you can take your clients. And so to answer your question, is there a time frame? No, there is no time frame. I personally feel that healing is a process, it's a journey, right? And we should never ever stop wanting to heal, stop wanting to be delivered from different situations and traumas and triggers. So I do have 3 levels of assistance that I help people with. I personally just created a wellness program that is not it's healing and wellness. So we talk about all of those things, but there is a 3 month, a 6 month, and then a 6 week. So I should have said 6 week first. But yeah, it's not a time frame. It's as long as the person takes. There may be other things, like you said, layers that need to come off, and there may be more things, more assistance that we need in the coaching. So I also am an advocate of therapy, and so if I um, get to talking and we figuring that okay, this is a little bit more in depth than coaching, I will refer my clients to therapy. So there you can do your healing journey different types of ways. I think that nowadays there's so many levels and so many ways to help us to heal, and whatever speaks to you. So it may be me referring my clients to therapy. It may be telling my clients to go and take a day for themselves. and like we call it now, a self-care day. So I believe that it's different layers, and every individual is different depending on what that trauma is, what that background is. And so it's all individualized. I don't do group coaching for specifically healing, but so it's kind of individualized. That answers your question.
What makes Holistic Hub a unique place to come to get
Well,
healing help?
I believe that it's a mixture of ministry and marketplace. And so, what do I mean by that? You're going to get the foundations of what I spoke about. You're going to get the spiritual help, and you're going to get natural strategies. But also, there will be coaching, there will be instruction. So there is a mixture of everything that I do. My CPR classes are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's whatever I do, I bring God with me, and so that's the difference. With I don't separate business with that, ministry or spiritual things. I think that it all we can bring all of that to the table.
That's an important, that spiritual component is urgent when you are trying to heal and when you want to start that journey. I reached out to you for services, coach, because I was broken in spirit. My spirit was broken. I was heartbroken. And I felt like I was emotionally murdered. I don't know if you could
I can relate.
understand that statement, emotionally murdered. And, I thank you, coach, for bringing me back. Because at one point, I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to come back from what I was going through. And that was trauma. That was trauma. And you helped push me to set boundaries and to set myself free in certain areas. I had to be free from in order to successfully accomplish this healing journey. Wow. You helped me on the journey to, learn. I was learning, I was growing, and then I was healing. And, under the leadership of God, my wife's son, my pastor, and then the most urgent person that was right there with me, that's you, coach. And you got me ready to meet another version of Miss Kim. You told me, Miss Kim, it's time to heal. And I did not think that I would ever heal. I was ready to be comfortable in that place. No matter what God had blessed me with, I still was comfortable with that anger, comfortable with that misery. I didn't feel as though I deserved happiness. Sometimes when you go through so much, people and individuals you have right here in your life that should be your biggest cheerleaders are sometimes the worst. Because when you have it programmed in your system that you can never do better than me, or you will never go any further than me, or you'll never reach this goal because of, when you have those things programmed into you, people consistently and constantly pour that type of negativity into you instead of pouring positive things into you. And so that's why I'm just forever grateful, and I need people to know exactly what the Holistic Hub did for me. And I heard you mention a little bit about your program. Let's talk a little bit about the holistic approach mentorship
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Let them know the ways to join and the things that I know it's 3 ways you can join, 3 ways that you can get your needs met. Let the listeners know exactly
Yes.
what they can do to be a part of this.
Yes. Well, let me first of all just say how grateful um, I had no idea. This is not prepared, guys.
This crazy conversations, we don't prepare anything. We
Yeah.
just come and be crazy.
And so it's so humbling, right, to hear that you have an impact on people. That is my passion, right? Not all about numbers and, um, you know, followers and all of that. I want to have to evoke real change in people's lives, and so to hear that for the first time in years is very humbling. But what I will say before I get to the program, you have to, a lot of things that you said made so much sense. And yes, I can attest to the things that you've gone through. I think we went through similar situations and not even knowing it, right? And so I believe, I'm a believer of whatever it is that you need, God will bring that into your vicinity. He puts it in your reach. And so it was time for Miss Kim to heal. I had kind of gone through the healing journey. Something very traumatic had happened to me. And to be quite transparent, I had been married for 24 years. And suddenly, this, what I had built, came crumbling down, right? And so I was lost. I was hurt and just bound, right, by things and just anger and pain, right? But you have to make I my foundation of what I do is based on principles, and so 7 principles, right? And you have to be honest, right, about where you are, right? And it's okay. So wherever you are, being honest with yourself, being honest with God, is part of starting the healing journey, right? And then we have to be prepared to do the work, right? There is work involved in this healing journey, doing the healing work, doing that inner work. You have to understand also what the triggers are. Um, when you are triggered by a person, a place, or a thing, that's an indication that there needs to be some healing to take place. And then it requires humility. You have to be humble as to where you are and not be so proud to think, okay, this person did X, Y, and Z to me. Well, what was my part? What is my responsibility? And I understand some of us have been through very traumatic experiences that we had no control over, right? Mm-hmm. Someone may have taken something from you, someone, and you weren't, and you couldn't defend yourself. Whatever the case may be, the point is we are responsible to heal, right? Um, if it happened to you when you were a teenager, it is your responsibility to heal as an adult, right? That part. And then community. Ms. Kim mentioned like having the right people around you. Everybody, one thing for sure, everybody is not going to be able to assist you because most people, the majority of people, have not done healing work. And so people, again, to my point, people can, your coach, your mentor, a pastor can only take you as far as they've gone themselves, right? And so we have to be mindful of the people that are around us and the communities that we take part in, because then it's a mark on us, right? We need safe spaces, especially women, and I'm in men too. I have a heart for men. I'm a mom of 5 boys, and so I think it's important that we all have safe places, community. You have to heal with community. God intended us to be in community together. And so those are some of my points that I wanted to just share that are very important to even start your healing journey. But to your point and to your question, I do have my latest program. It's called the Holistic Approach Mentorship, and it is a mentorship. It's one-on-one, and you can choose either the 6-week program, 3 month, or 6 month. There's levels, and you can go on my website, holistichub.net. And so, what it is an integration. I try my best to help people using the medical knowledge that I have to address healing the natural way. And so, some of us know, and if you follow me on social media, I always post about the body, and the body is so important because whatever we go through, our bodies remember.
Yeah.
Our bodies remember. And so what do I mean by that? We have maybe gone on and not healed, and we're thinking we're doing the thing. We have all the things, but we're still angry inside. And so what happens is our body remembers, and then that anger, that pain, it manifests in our body, and it shows up as disease. It shows up as chronic pain, as immune system disorders, headaches, stomach aches. It shows up in all of those areas. And so what we do in this program is to address whatever those underlying conditions are, and we get to the root of the thing. And so, what does that mean? That means getting to possibly something, some pain or some issues, some trauma, some unforgiveness that you may not have addressed, that's causing you to hold you back. And it is showing up in your body in different ways. And so, we go in depth into diagnoses, we go in depth into your medications, and the the end goal is to possibly try to take bring people off of chronic pills and chronic medications, because there is always a natural way to heal our bodies. There is a natural way to deal with anything. A headache, you could take eucalyptus, right, to heal your headache. If you're having stomach issues, there's ginger. um, there's if you're having feeling stress, there is a remedy for that, that is all natural from the earth, right? And so we do this safely, and that's why it's a weeks program. And so we talk to your doctor, or you would have a conversation with your doctor and let them know this is the approach that you want to take with your health, because nowadays people are well informed, right? And we are knowledgeable as a consumer, where it wasn't like that 20 and 30 years ago. We just trusted what health professionals told us. But nowadays people are educated, and people want to heal the natural way. Look at COVID, right? What was everybody doing in 2020? Taking zinc. We were taking vitamin D and all of these things, and sea moss. Sea moss, I am a lover of sea moss. Whatever it is that you're dealing with in your body, sea moss helps it. And so that's what the program is. Besides all of the other things, I work in seasons. And so whatever it is that's needed during that season, and I believe everyone wants to most people want to heal the natural way. And so not only will we be addressing the natural, the physical portion, we're going to deal with some of the spiritual, what it is that's keeping you, excuse me, from getting to where you want to be, whether that's healing in your body, healing in your mind, or healing in your spirit.
Okay, well, also, can you let them know about your holistic life coaching course? Um, Let them know how to become a certified life coach,
Yes.
if in your 5 or 6 week program.
Yes, ma'am. So it is a 6-week program. We have revamped the program, so it's new. I think I haven't taught a course since 2020, since when Ms. Kim became certified. But yes, it is a 6-week program. It is totally virtual. We meet once a week for, I believe, 90 minutes. And at the end of the course, you are certified. You will be able to take your own clients. And so, in this program, you receive strategy, you receive resources, and we even have a refresher course for you where we bring all of the coaches together, and it's almost like accountability, and so that we can be pushed to go to our next level. And so I believe Miss Kim is ready, and along with the other coaches that have been coaching for 2 years, to go on to be a master life coach. And so, what that is, if you're wondering, is when you've been a life coach for at least 2 years or have had at least 20 clients. And so Miss Kim meets that.
So since I have over exceeded that, I didn't realize that life coaching was so urgent to so many people. And just to be able to assist so many people felt as though I was such a blessing to them, but it was the other way around. Yeah. It was helping me. Every time I can help them, it was therapeutic to me. Yeah. So it helped my journey. And just to say about your refresher course, because we just had our refresher course a couple weeks ago. So Miss Kim got a chance to get back on class with the individuals that I started with. We talked about our journeys. We talked about our clients. We talked about amazing experiences. We talked about bad experiences in life coaching that we may have experienced over our 3-year journey. And when I say that, that refresher course was everything. A lot of things had changed. And even though we have became certified, we still needed that refresher course to let us know some of the things that had changed and some of the other ways that we can help people. So when I say that, even if you may not want to take clients, and life coaching is not going to be a second profession or a main profession for you, it is an amazing course to take when you need to heal. She covers so many different components, and I know that after you testing me and so on and so forth, it came back that accountability and confidence was mine.
Yes, that's the
those were the two that I never checked the box to even think that I would excel in those two areas. So to test well or do well in those areas, that was, and the reason why I felt like confidence should not have been where I excelled, because my confidence was at an all-time low when I came to you. So at that point, I couldn't build up anyone's confidence, because even though I had people, I had you, I had my wife, I had my pastor, I had several people on my supporting team that was trying to build me up. I had no confidence at that time. So when that came up as my strong,
it surprised you.
I didn't know what to do, because I knew right then, just straight up and down, accountability and confidence. Okay,
but
it's
see,
time.
I think that also whoever you get to life coach you or mentor you should be a person that's able to see the gifts inside of you, right? And be able to pull them out. And so I've been knowing Miss Kim and I have been knowing each other for years,
Yes.
right? And so I knew that this was part of her giftings at, and some of her strong skills. And just this and alone, the YouTube channel, the podcast is one of her strong. I wasn't surprised when she didn't take the life coaching certification and taking clients per se, but you're also bringing clients into you, and you're dealing with conversations that people may not be willing to, talk about. You're asking the questions that others may not want to per se ask. And so I believe this is therapeutic, and this was her way, right, of coaching the world. And so I think it's amazing, and we don't have to. That's another thing I want to say. When you become a certified life coach, you can use your certification however it is you please. It could be podcasts, it could be writing a book, it could be a journal. But whatever it is, whatever service you provide, it should be promoted by a product, right? And so this is Miss Kim's product, this whole crazy conversation. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited to see it all unfold. And just to tell you, Miss Kim, you are awesome. I believe that you've been awesome a long time. It's just you had a little bump in the road, and what I mean, who are we? We are going to have that. Life is not going to be always peaches and cream, but we use that. That's the real foundation. That's the real piece when you can take your pain and turn it into purpose. When we are stuck in our pain, we don't tend to move forward. And when we're so stuck in the trauma, in the pain, in the hurt, and what we've been through, it's hard. But thank God that we have people around us that will help us to develop and to push us outside of our comfort zone. And so I'm just grateful, and I'm excited and happy that this was your story.
Well, it it's my story, but people that's on the outside looking in, they don't think that Miss Kim has a breaking point. I felt as though everybody needed me to be
Everything.
at my best on 200% all the time. And throughout my course with life coaching, and even after my coaching certification was done, I still reached out for different class things so that I can adapt to my continuation of healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with trying to always be Miss Kim for everybody, going through my certification class made me understand that those same people that wants me and needs me to always be at 200% to them, they didn't even know me well enough to see my pain, to see, to acknowledge my friend or my coworker is not herself. Something is wrong. I couldn't even share what I was going through because so many people expected me to be on 200% for them.
Yeah.
So I carried that until I built up enough courage to come to you.
Wow.
And I had to build up enough courage to come to you because you were one of those people that served with me in the community, helping the school, being involved in everything. You saw those smiles every day. every day you saw those smiles. So every time I wanted to pick up the phone, only thing I could say is she don't know me like that. She doesn't know my life like that. We have a community and a business relationship. I have to let her know I'm broke. I'm broken. I'm heartbroken. And okay, I know this crazy conversation, coach.
Yeah.
So
No.
I got to say something crazy. I got a question.
Yes.
Am I healing?
I believe that you already know that question. I believe that one of the things after we heal, and then again, I said it's a life journey, right? Um, the power that we take when we heal, it's the same power that will heal other people. I believe that you are inspirational, you are bold, you are confident now. Um, you stepped out of the box and you did something probably that you were afraid to do with this whole crazy conversation. And look at what it's turned into. And so that's the power that we take. That's the power, that same power that you said I transferred to you, you are now transferring to others, right? And so to answer your question, yes, I believe that you have done the healing work. You mentioned all of the different um, support, the circle that you had around you that helped you to heal. And is it done? No, I don't think we're ever done healing, but um, we can master, right, our emotions. When you're able to, this is an indication for someone out there that is still hurting. When you can talk about the thing and not lose yourself and not and just lose your emotions and just yes, okay, we can, have emotions and shed a tear. But I remember when I was going through my own process, I couldn't say one sentence without breaking down, right? That's an indication that you're not healed. But when you can take that situation, even though it still may sting, but be able to translate that into power and your purpose, that's an indication that you're healing, that you're on your way. When you can go out and help other people, right? When you once were, that you don't forget, you don't become so high and mighty, right? That you don't remember, oh my goodness, that once was me, right? And so that's an indication, the humility that I talked about, the honesty, when you're able to share. What just came to mind was a scripture that we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. And so there is strength and there is healing power in talking about what you've been through, right? Because what it does to us, it heals a part of our heart, and then it also helps others to heal. It gives them the power to say, oh, wow, if she did it and she did it, I can do it. It gives them the courage to take a step forward, to contact somebody, to reach out and say, hey, I'm hurting. You may see me as strength. And that is the epitome of the black woman, right? We take on so much, we do so much, and people see us as this strength, but we're all the time crumbling on the inside, right? And so that is the premise of our conversation. That's what Holistic Hub is. It's that safe space where we can all learn together, grow together, heal together, and conquer. Right? So we can go on to be, have the podcast, have the book that's been, brewing inside of us, and do all of the things. But we can't do that, any of those things. We can't reach that abundance until we deal with our heart, the heart issues, the hard issues, right? And don't be afraid to to do that. I'm sure there is someone around you. I'm here for you. Miss Kim is here for you. If you are feeling lost and afraid and alone, you are not alone. I promise you, you're not alone.
I felt alone, and the reason I felt alone is because, like you said, when you have that passion of something that you want to accomplish, and then when it's brewing in you, and you try to introduce that to people in your life, and it's so many naysayers and doubters, and that's one of the things that I had to deal with. And I felt as though being friends with individuals that have had decades with me, and if Miss Kim says that life coaching is what I want to do to help people, don't throw it back at me that I've been through so much that I can't help nobody, because that's absolutely untrue.
That's untrue.
I had to remove myself from individuals that could not believe in me. They did not believe that I could heal. They did not believe that I could come out of this, because I lost so much. I lost so much, because some days I just didn't even want to face the day. Multiple pain was all over me. Separation. I had deaths of multiple family members. I had bad parenting decisions that I was making as a parent, because I was going through so much, just giving my kids any and everything that they asked for, just so I could keep that bond going, because I felt as though the decision that I made as a mom and a married woman was gonna ultimately affect my children. So I was doing whatever I could to get them to stay close to me. And as I just said, that's a bad parenting decision.
Yeah, that's overcompensating.
Yes, and I had, went through a divorce, toxic relationships with a parent, then I had an engagement, and then a civil union I got 3 days later. Then I had my marriage. I had our IVF journey, a horrible miscarriage, more deaths, more loss, then an adoption. I know it's God, but coach, how am I still standing?
It's the only God, right? It's only God. He gives us the strength. Um, and he gives everyone tests, right? That's part of life. Um, the true test, though, is when we're able to, like I said before, take our pain and turn it around into purpose. I believe he gives the strongest battles, the strongest or the heaviest um, situations to those that have a heavy anointing that will, and what do I mean by that? Those that will go on to, God wants to know, are we going to multiply, right? There's a scripture in Genesis that talks about being fruitful and multiplying. So everything that he gives us, he he wants to know, can we multiply it? So with that, when I look at your life, Ms. Kim, I see, okay, there has been pain, but she's turned it around. She's decided to still move forward, right? Because we can't heal just staying in one spot. We have to keep moving our feet in the direction that we think that we should be going, right? And so that's how you're standing. You keep moving forward. but you also are human enough to deal and have the open conversations. When we can't have open conversations about what we've been through, that's the thing with some of us leaders. Some leaders don't want to be honest about what it is that they're going through, what it is that they may be dealing with, the challenges that they have with leadership or with ministry, right? And when we can't have open and honest conversations, we can't heal. We cover it up, right? We are bleeding on people, and I don't want to bleed on anybody. So I'm going to be honest. I thank God that Miss Kim is honest about where she's been and the things that have continued to have challenges, but we still move on in purpose, right?
Yeah, and one of the things is, that has bothered me is that this is why my life has changed so much since I began my healing journey. Why is my decision to heal so difficult for other people to deal with? If you claim you love me and you got my back, and we've been down 10 toes down for X amount of years, I decide that I want to heal. I want to let go of some things. Why did I lose so many people that I felt was my everything, and they did not want me to heal?
So everyone is not assigned to your next level, unfortunately, and we have to be okay with that, with letting go. Um, I heard you mention that there are some things and people and places and things. It's all about what the next season holds for you, and what are those secret prayers? What is it that you truly desire? Are you desiring to go to the next level and to break free from bondage? Then there are people that we were attached to in other seasons or that were attached to us that don't have the same mindset. And so we can't get stuck in looking around and wondering who is around, because I believe that God always sends who you need in your life, right? We never go and transition to the next level alone. There's always going to be someone there to pull you up, and then there're going to be a few people around you that will go with you. But not everyone wants the healing, and it's all about timing, right? It may not be their timing, right? And is that to say that you get rid of everybody in your life? No, but you have to be okay with loving people where they are, but doing you, minding your business.
When I am a friend, when I am a sister, that's exactly what I am. People that you've loved, you have went through hell and high water with them. Any stupid mistake, any brilliant mistake, or accomplishments that they have made,
You're there.
I'm there. Miss Kim decides to heal, and it's a whole problem. Miss Kim decides, I don't want to live in that angry place anymore. Miss Kim decides, I want to love again, and I want to do this the way God intended, together. Yes, I held a marriage certificate for 23 years. I was married. It failed. As long as I was at that failing,
people are okay with that.
Everybody was okay.
Okay. And so
standing room only. Yeah. Standing room only in my life. Yeah. When I was crying every day, when I had problems every day, I'm
Yeah.
It's crazy conversation. I'm
So
stalking women and they stalking me because I got to deal with all kind of different kind of stuff.
yeah,
And again, people was happy about that.
right.
They
Misery.
was happy about those battles that I was going through in an unhappy situation.
Misery loves company.
I can't be there.
Right.
I can't be there.
So release that.
So
Give yourself permission to be in this new space, to be okay with being something new, new surroundings, new levels. It may not look all the same, it may not be the same people, right? But release that in your heart for those that did not give you permission, because you don't need their permission.
not at all.
The permission and the validation comes from who?
God.
It comes from God, and it comes from within you.
And the thing is too, is it's sad that people want you to stay a wreck.
Because that's where they are in their lives, Miss Kim. And so we have to be humble and grateful that we've arrived, or well, not arrived, but we've graduated in that area, right? Because it could have been us, right? That stayed in the pain. And so we need to be grateful to God. And believe me, even if they're not around, they're still watching. And you're giving people permission to heal and to let go. The more that you let go and the more that you release, remember that song Bag Lady?
Mm-hmm.
The more bags that you take off, it gives others permission that don't even know you to have the same courage, right? So I encourage you to be okay, be bold, do it big, right? Because we have one life to live. We're on borrowed time. We don't have a lot of time to waste and to be wondering what he, she, or it, or all the things in the past. We have to let the past go, release the past, and move on into the future. And how do we do that? We keep moving forward. We keep building. We keep doing the assignments that God gave us to do. We are minding our business. Our head is down. Right?
That's true.
And so that, yeah.
You know, your life coaching leadership changed me into a life coach that speaks in such a way that others love to listen to me. And it showed me to listen in such a way that makes others love to speak and talk to me. And that's where crazy conversation comes in. People trust me with their requested conversations, their private things that's going on. And even though I research it, I use real life scenarios to assist them. You know, people don't understand that a life coach can help individuals in different areas of their life. You know, this means in careers, you know, personal development, relationships, friendships, nutrition, grief, divorce, and even with life coaching, is financial wellness involved in that as well. And, you know, even if that's something that you do not want to do career-wise or as a business, you still have that opportunity to take that course to learn how to heal. And once you learn how to heal and that journey starts, you'll see the differences like I did. Because even though I took the course, I still felt that healing was not going to be beneficial to me. I felt as though I had too much pain in too many different areas, and that this was not going to benefit me. But if I did not have you demanding that I stop talking like that, that I stop thinking like that, but that goes back to being around people with negativity opposed to positivity when people want to do things to grow. I can't apologize that I don't want to be the same next year. I'm not going to apologize for me wanting to build something different. Every 5 years, I want to be on another level.
That's good.
I can't stay where you are staying.
That's it. And don't apologize.
Overachiever or not, I'd rather be an overachiever than underachieve happiness in the form that I am getting it now. If I would have stayed there, look at how much I would have missed out on. I told you that I was only going to use my life coaching skills for students and teens. Is that what I told you?
Yeah.
Talking to other people, like you said, opening up. People just calling me with situations, and that's how I knew 3 years ago that Crazy Conversations was gonna birth.
Wow.
I told you, even I put the book to the side because life coaching became such a way of my daily everything. When I saw that it wasn't just me, I saw that the day I signed up for your course. I'm hurt over a divorce, and you're hurt over a divorce. And no matter what we were going through and how many years we known each other, we did not know that we were both enduring that sort of pain. We were both getting it from all ends. And I appreciate you weathering through your storm and still letting me fit under your umbrella because I was going through mine.
Yeah.
You extended yourself to me, and I had no idea that you were going through what you were going through. Because when you came together with your class, with us, with the students, we never saw anything but coach being coach, and us leaving class every night we left differently. I learned something different.
Wow.
I healed differently. So again, the last thing I know I needed you to tell them, can you explain to the listeners life coaching versus therapy? Is life coaching and therapy the same thing? Let the listeners know.
So that is one of the things that we cover in the first week of the course. Life coaching and therapy is different. Can they both happen at the same time? Yes, they can go together. They are cohesive, but life coaching is more about support. It's not giving you the answers. It's more of empowerment, motivation, encouragement, but also the coach should be providing resources, strategy to help you to be accomplished in whatever it is, the endeavor that you choose to go into, right? Therapy is the one is more of guiding, providing answers. It is from a licensed therapist, either a social worker or a therapist. So it is a difference. It's giving advice. So life coaching is quite a bit different. Not everyone is ready for a for life coaching or to be a life coach. Some of us need therapy before we approach because like we said before, we don't want, if you're going through a situation, that does not mean that you can't ever be a life coach. But you want to make sure that you are healed before you start bleeding on other people, because it can definitely um, halt people's journey. It can stagnate them, and it can also maybe sometimes damage people if you are giving the wrong advice, or you're not healed and you're steering people in the wrong direction. So I would encourage, if you do feel how do you know, like, am I life coach material? If you are that person, that go-to person, if people are calling you like they did, Miss Kim, with different questions, if people come to you about the same thing, if you are that friend in the friend circle that people come to for advice, or just a listening ear, if you're that good listener, then 9 times out of 10 you are a life coach. You meet the qualifications of a life coach. And so I would love to hear from you, if that is you. But if that is not you, if you are just interested in, I want to learn more about what this healing looks like. How do I heal? How do I heal from this pain? I'm tired of going in cycles and patterns, the same thing over and over again. New location, but the same situation. 9 times out of 10, you are needing to start your healing journey. And so I would just encourage you, as Miss Kim has done here today, in the freedom that you hear in her voice, what she's doing, it gives us freedom to do what we need to do. We all have an assignment, each and every one, last one of us. Even if you feel like you're at your lowest of low, you have an assignment in this earth to do something. And so I hope that if you haven't taken anything else from today, that you we would encourage you to dig deeper, to reach out to either one of us, to explore what it looks like to heal, what it looks like to just do that scary thing that you've been wanting to do all these years.
And wow, you summed that up. And with with life coaching, I help clients build and utilize the right tools to reach their goals. Um, I I don't and would never offer mental health advice or those type of care advice. I would never do that. But one thing I do with life coaching is I use life coaching to resemble talk therapy.
Yeah.
So when someone has a conversation, and if we don't have it live, we will have it individually, and I will present that conversation. I don't have to disclose their identity or anything about them. I'll research it, and hopefully I'll have some type of real life scenario that I can add to the research. And with that, that gives help and a start of healing possibly for that person.
Yeah.
So with life coaching, I use it to resemble talk therapy. You can use it for individual coaching, business coaching. You can go to corporations and provide team building exercises and healing courses for corporations, office people and co-workers. They go through all types of things in the corporate field. Yeah. So again, you can be that life coach that goes in to keep that staff on their toes, to keep that company where it needs to be. So becoming a certified life coach has several benefits. So again, it goes all the way to the corporate level, and working with some of those businesses, and even myself tried to do a business coaching assignment, and I was doing it as a test run, and I went to my girlfriend's corporation and I did something for her staff, and it came out amazing. And maybe it was recorded. maybe y'all have the nerve to put it on the channel and share that with everyone.
Yeah,
But
amazing.
again, I
Yes.
did go to build confidence in the workplace and give the staff the opportunity to allow the owners to know that exactly what they were going through, and that just because they are staff, they should be heard just like the CEOs, and so on and so forth.
Morale.
So I coached not only the janitors, I coached the CEOs.
Wow.
So again, that was an
Amazing.
amazing experience, but that was just something that I was curious about, wanted to know if I could do it.
Yeah.
And it worked out
And
well.
you did it.
And I did it just so that I can say,
Yes.
you know, that I did it.
I
And,
love that.
you know, I am so excited to be able to tell my life coaching story. You know, I want to be able to help people heal, because it was a rough healing process, but just staying consistent and having the right support, um, you know, it saddens me that, you know, the ones I needed the most to go through this journey on were the ones that I did not have. You know, those ones I've cheered the loudest for, that I expect to be with me, you know, felt as though this was not a good fit for me. And life coaching, and everybody is entitled to your opinion, but that you are entitled to the opinion of your life and your story,
Right.
and not mine.
Right.
So again, with that being said, Miss Kim just stepped aside. I got with Coach. And when I say I got with Coach, I got with Coach. And honey, Coach got me where I need to be. Wow. And again, I am forever grateful for you coming into my life. We are going to do some amazing things this year to help people. I hope that everyone stays tuned to you as well on social media and the platforms that you provide services for, because again, she is someone that you should know on all levels. I mean, nutrition, health and wellness, finance, spiritual, just the right type of prayer for what it is that you are going through in your life. She gave me the right type of prayer. Not that I was saying it wrong, but she just put some things in perspective and showed me a way, and an effective way of being able to let go and reach that place that you also desire, where God would like to see you at and higher. Yes. You know, and because that's the one thing about God. I said, I gotta be doing something right, God, because you ain't took your hands off me yet. Days that I felt like was bad and unbearable. No. Wow. But God, that's all I can say.
But God.
And I'm here, I'm standing. And Coach just said, I'm healing. So I don't want to hear you say I'm healed. I'm just glad you said I'm healing, because I know that this journey is not going to stop right here. So I got a lot to heal from, and sometimes that trauma is triggered. So I need to know that I still have those individuals to build me up, to make me take accountability for my mess, for, you know, help people build their confidence. I need that. I fall short too. Miss Kim ain't perfect. I want people to stop thinking it, stop saying, why she going through that? Because I am a human being like you. That's it. You know? That's it. So when we all can grasp that we all have the same type of life, we can do the same thing. It ain't no reason for nobody to be mad at you because you chose to be a coach.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I figured it out.
So again, is it can you please share your information one more time with everybody before
Yes.
we end?
Oh, sure. Again, on Facebook, you can follow me at Kimberly Shonda, Chanda. That is my business page. And then on Instagram, it is Holistic Hub 24 and Kimberly Shonda. That's my personal page. And then my website is www.holistichub.net. And then my email address is info@holistichub.net. So I am excited to hear from you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this evening. And what can we leave the people with? What can we say?
Well, I know one thing I'm going to say is that I'm going to put up a Holistic Hub flyer on the Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim's group page. So if you are not following the Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim's group page that's on Facebook, log on, like the page, join the page. It's absolutely free 99. It's no cost to you to join that page. Go to YouTube, Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. Join those pages. You will have not only this exclusive conversation, but you will have all the details and information to get a hold to Miss Kim regarding your journey to healing. We can leave them with an absolute phenomenal, encouraging word from you.
Well, I love affirmations. And so I will leave you with this. I have the power within me to heal. I am going to decide today to start my healing journey. And nothing is, I'm worthy. I am worthy of healing, and I will be better tomorrow than I am today. And I think this is one last thing I like to share. Making the decision to heal takes just one step each day. We can do little things that lead to bigger things, and you could be a different person this time next year. So do the small things, whatever that goal is. If it's just picking up the phone and making a call and saying and talking about and having an open conversation about where you are, that can be your small thing today. So I give you permission to heal. I give you permission to be free. God wants us to be free in everything, in every area of our lives. And so I will leave you with that.
That is amazing. I wanted to be free. I feel free. I feel better. I feel blessed. And I, again, appreciate you all listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim, Intellectual Radio. Stay tuned. March Madness or Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim.